I was reading a Tyler Perry. It's calling out reverse racism. Did anybody happen to check out that story? He was saying that he's seeing reverse racism happening in the entertainment business, and the reason that he's saying it is because of his new series. Right? He's doing a new show on TLC, and it has an all-white cast.
Right.
Right. So I'm a little concerned. Well, it caught my eye because here Tyler Perry is, who's pretty much made all his money off of Medea. That's what got him famous.
Right.
And his plays. Now he's got he's up there where he's quote unquote accepted or whatever, and now he's making a show about with an all-white cast. Yeah. And some people are upset about that because you're like, hey, Tyler, you're black. Why are you doing this all-white cast? And black people are in need of positive images, in the media.
Right.
And he's saying that that's reverse racism for black people to say that to him because of his show being all white because he's black.
Yeah, my thoughts of it. Tyler Perry been doing his plays and his movies for a while now, and I have to give it up to him that for his whole career, he always employed black actors. He's always doing it, and from interviews that I've seen from black actors and the process of getting on one of his shows or getting on one of his movies, he's always respectful, and he pay them market price,
right.
for the acting,
right.
And sometimes, and I've heard stories above market price than they couldn't get when they on different shows or different movies and things like that. So I always have to commend him from doing that because he's been doing it for a very, very long time. And this new show, is all white actors, all white cast or whatever. And I'm not gonna really think negative of it and see where it goes from there. Maybe he's just trying something different, trying something new. He's just trying something. He might not like it personally. You know what I'm saying? So he's just trying something new. So I can't really condemn him from trying something new, trying something different, because in the past and all his whole career, that's all he's done. If you go to any of his plays, any of his TV shows, any of his movies, and when he get an actor, he stick with those actors, because you see different actors being reused for movies, being used for TV shows, being reused for plays. So he's always employed a lot of black actors and gave a lot of black actors work, and he always paid them a fair wage, and a lot of times he paid them over the market price that they couldn't get elsewhere. So I really can't condemn the brother for right now because he's just trying something new. An all-white cast, I'm sitting back like, why does it have to be an all-white cast? But he's just trying something new. So I have to sit back and see where it goes, before I really think negative about him or negative about this movie he's going to make. So that's pretty much my thoughts on it.
Yeah. Well, my thing was, is to call reverse racism, as if, it still gets into that definition that people have about racism and about, the ability to control, the economics of another individual. So, for Tyler Perry to get upset because black people are saying, hey, why'd you make a show with all white people? And for him to say, oh, y'all are just being reverse racist for asking me that question.
Right.
That's where my concern is. Tyler Perry's, even his last, I didn't see, and I'll admit to a guilty pleasure. I've seen Medea movies.
I've seen them too.
Some of them are really funny.
We all seen them.
Yeah, I seen them in the beginning. The last few, no, I didn't see them at all.
Because he did one with the folks that they wanted to run, and it was the white family moving in with Medea. I think that was the last one I saw. Because that was him, trying to do that.
Yeah, I stopped waiting.
Yeah, that was him trying to do that. So, and I didn't see this latest one, Medea Halloween something. I'm waiting for it to come on Netflix, to be honest with you. finally check that one out. But you know, it has been so he's always had, you know, the control of his environment.
Right.
So for him to say that it's reverse racism for black people to ask him, hey, buddy, you know, you used to give opportunities to black folks. Now why are you giving them to white folks? For him to come back and say, well, that's being reverse racist is you know, it's my concern because it's just using a word, I think using a term and throwing it from a black person and throwing it back at other black people.
Right. Okay. Yeah,
when they have a question, they just question, hey. Could you not have come up with a show that had black people in it?
Right. I can see from just asking a question, he's on a defense like that. I can see where people are coming from. You know, he's just on a quick defense because he asked a question. If it was an outlash and people talking about it and protesting, then I can see him using that term, or I can see him using a term or saying like, "Come on now." But just for the question being asked, I can see why, you know, I don't see why he would come off saying reverse racism. But at the same time, play devil's advocate, I think he's saying, man, like, I think he's looking at it like, for years, for my whole career, I supported black actors, you know what I'm saying? I had black TV shows, black movies of 90% black actors, you know what I'm saying? And from what I've heard, even behind the scenes, you know, producers, cameraman, he always employed black people, you know. So maybe he's on guard because he's like, man, I've done this for years, you know what I'm saying? And
I paid my dues.
Right, I paid my dues and plus more. And I think I have the you know, I have the cachet to do something different. If I want to do something different, I can do something different just for this one time, you know. So I can see why he's kind of on the defense. He is on the defense a little bit too fast, but I can see why he's on the defense. So
yeah,
I kind of think that it got a little something to do with we as a people not used to seeing ourselves in charge. Because if we are in charge of, if everybody wants to be in charge of the media and all that, okay, sometimes we're not going to be able to just make all black films if we in charge of everything. So
why not? Whoa, hey, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I mean, even some white directors or whatever, they put black people in films. I'm saying we're not always going to be able to make 100%. If we in charge of the whole movie industry, there's no way that we're gonna be able to make 100% all black films all the time. That's what I'm getting at. It's just like it's not gonna be able to happen.
You saying if we were in charge of everything?
If we were in charge of everything,
meaning production, everything.
Everything. If we was in charge of the whole movie industry, it's not gonna be able to. It's not a way that we will be able to make 100% all black films with all black cast 100% of the time.
But we used to.
This is just a one-off. I mean, from what he's done, it's not like he got the players till he got up and then he just went all white from his first couple movies. Right. I'm just getting it. I mean, I don't know if y'all agree with. I know AJ don't agree with me about the what you call it, but I mean, I'm just saying.
But it was like the same thing I was saying. Yeah, like I'm giving him that opportunity because, like you said, it's just the one off. It's the only one. You know, for you say 99.9% of his career, he's employed black actors and behind the scenes he support black people. He employs some whites as well and other things like that. But people of color, he's always done it. So. Just like getting back to what you're saying, D-Blaze, like, I'm not really looking at it negative because it's the first time, you know. We'll see where it goes from here. That's all I can say right now.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it could be the start of a trend with him, or it could just be a one-off thing. And TLC say, hey, you want to do a show? And he says, oh, yeah, I want to try something different as an artist. He's allowed to do that. However, D-Blaze, my good friend, we have had times when we have made our own films. Back when Hollywood didn't let black people in films, we did make our own films.
I know that, but I'm talking about I understand. I'm talking about being in charge of the whole, like mainstream, from mainstream to underground. If we in charge of the whole thing, I mean, I'm just thinking like logically that we are not the only people. I know we want to most of the majority should be black, but it's not going to be a way that every film that we would make would be 100% black because it's not 100% black people on Earth. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Hmm. Well, we'll save that conversation for a later time. I think we should, but like I said, I tend to be more of a separatist, and and than a lot of other people. So we'll shelve that for.
I agree. I think that we should be on our own, but I'm saying if we set up just like it is now, and we just change, so us being in charge of the media, there's no way that we can just make 100%. We can, but I don't know. I don't think it would happen. It would somehow, something like one or two, three or four movies would have to have white cast in it. You can't just make 100% all black films, and even not all. It's not a Earth with all people of color. That's what I'm getting at.
But
I'm thinking about it.
But back to what AJ was saying, if I can just interrupt. Before we start, they couldn't start because at the beginning of the time, it was more black people. Even today, it's more people of color. If you add up more black people around the world than it is white people, we outweigh them greatly. And at first we was never put in films, and they put us in films for years and years and years and decades. They put us in decades without putting us in film. If they wanted a black person in film, at first white people go blackface. You know what I'm saying? They would put on blackface, and so we wasn't in films. So for a long period of time, it was nothing but white in films. So why can't on the reverse side it can be nothing but black? And maybe we can go whiteface. I'm not for sure, but I see what he's saying.
I understand that part of it. I was just saying that soon it wouldn't be able to just happen like you would have to have some kind, like you eventually they will have to come in. Not saying that it just don't have to be we in charge and we make all white films. I'm saying like say 80% of the films that we make is all black, and the rest of the 20. You know what I'm saying? If it's the world is set up like it is now in the U.S., we just switch. That's how I'm thinking. I'm not thinking that it's a whole different a whole different setup, and we just in charge and right. They are. You know what I'm saying? I'm not thinking like it's a whole. I'm just saying we just switch.
Right, I see what you're saying. Like we switch and do like what they doing 95% white, and we do 95% black and 5% white. So I see what you're saying.
And I understand that if you look at it from based on their model, but I think like even in films like Birth of a Nation, Daughters of the Dust, I think we have a completely different film aesthetic that we have. We have a different way of approaching film than they do, or has been been shown in mainstream media that they've controlled for decades. And before, when they weren't allowing us in the films, or at least when we were only there to be the butt of a joke, or be the mammy, or be the man breaking in to rape the white woman, we really did make our own films. I mean, we can go back and look at them that were positive and entertaining, that had all black people. And guess who went to see them? Black people. We weren't worried about white people coming in to see these films.
I've seen a couple of them. What was 5 on the Black Hand Side?
I'm talking before then. I'm talking about Oscar Micheaux way back in the 20s, the 30s, the 40s.
Okay.
When we had our own films. Okay. We had our own film, industry. And who went to see it? We did. We got dressed up. We went to the movies. We saw ourselves on screen. Integration changed that when I forget the lady name that won an Oscar for Gone with the Wind. All of a sudden, that changed everything. It destroyed the black film industry. Because all of a sudden, white people love us. They gave us an Academy Award. Let's go run see their movies. That's what did it. So my whole point is that, we've had it before. So I think we can do it again.
I just want to make sure I'm clear that I'm not saying that we should I'm not in this all get along thing. I was just saying it as thinking logically, as using their model as just switching. That's all I was thinking about. It's not that I think that we should be in charge and let's all play like nothing happened, just get along. That's all.